So Gaëtan, this is a new Belgian film in Hungary. Would you please tell us about the story of the film On Your Bike?
Okay, so On Your Bike is a first feature from a Belgian director called Frédéric Doudou. It's a French-speaking movie, and it has Magyar subtitles and English subtitles. And it's the story of a small factory, like so many factories around the world. So it's a Belgian story, but it's a universal story. And these guys in that factory learn that there's going to be a big corporation who's going to buy their factory and do it in a big way, like, you know, the Americans. And almost all the characters are very happy. They all have the impression that it's going to be pretty cool. And I'm playing the guy who says, well, I don't really believe it's quite true. So I'm kind of the main character of the story, but I'm part of a group. It's a group story. It's the story of a group of people struggling for their work, because as it goes on in the picture, you discover that things are not going so well with that factory. And well, the plan of the people who took the factory is not really what they say it was. So you'll find out if you see the film what was the plan of the guys. But on the way, there are two lines building bikes, you know, because the title is On Your Bikes. And they say, well, there's one line of bikes too many. So we have to make a decision here. And so there's a competition between the two lines. And there are two chiefs, and I'm one of the chiefs. And sadly for me and for him, he's one of my best friends. So it's a social film, but the thing that's very interesting with this film, it's a very funny film, because the vision of the director and the screenwriter as well was that, like, you know, okay, these times are not really funny, there's a crisis going on, but I would like to tell this story in a funny way, because I don't want people to be more desperate than they are already when they go to the movies. So it's a social comedy, like so many social comedies, but actually in Belgium there are not so many social comedies. So,
well, I think this was perfect,
okay.
And
if you say so.
Definitely. I mean, I know because I haven't seen the film, and I know that I was eager to know what you were saying. So yeah, and I guess it's not a real, it's not about bicycles. It's about people. And
exactly. The thing is, you know, it could be about plates or cups or oil or jewel or whatever. The fact is, it's just a group of people, like every one of us in life. You know, part of a family, part of a corporation, part of a small house, edition house, or whatever your job is. You have your life, and then you have your profession. And when your professional life is in danger, you are in danger. And we know what it means right now. I mean, especially nowadays, everywhere in the world. So I think everyone can connect to that, because when they tell you that maybe you're going to lose your job, it makes you think. But again, what's very original with this film, it's not the only one, but I really, apart the fact that I'm one of the actors, it's just like, that's one of the reasons I was part of it. It's like, you know, if you do those kind of films and you have the impression at the end you want to go in the Balaton Lake and to go to die, it's just like, it's not funny, you know, it's just like real life. This is a film, so, and it's a hopeful, and it's a, in America or in England, I think they call that kind of movie a feel-good movie. Like, it's like a fairy tale in a way, like, it's not purely realistic.
Millionaire.
It's just like, it could be realist. Actually, some companies get over the crisis. Some people maintain their job and all that. But it's just like, we could like live in another world. We don't have to just necessarily say, okay, it's fucked and it's not going to work and I'm going to lose my job and there's no future and blah blah blah, you know. So that's the fact that I was in that team of actors, and serving that story was really nice and uplifting, as the British say.
So I hear that you like sort of darker movies, like for example that Belgian movie, It Can Happen Next to You.
Yeah.
And how you like that film, right?
Yes, I really like that film because it was a very different movie, but again there was humor in it. And in many Belgian films from the south or the north of Belgium, as you know, they're Flemish, Belgian, and French-speaking Belgium. We have a common ground. It's most of the time there's humor. Not all the time. I mean, not all the Belgian films are funny or tend to be funny. But I mean, there's always like we try to in our films to say like, okay, life is hard, but it's not always hard, and we can, we can try to get the best out of it. And that is maybe one of the characteristics of Belgian cinema. And also, it talks many times of the small people. It doesn't talk of heroes, pure heroes like ideals heroes. It talks of the average man and the average woman, and trying to live his life and go on and be happy.
And this is true for this on your bikes too.
Yes, of course. It's into the deep, dark side of life. It's not a tragedy, but I mean, it's not funny, but it turns funny because the vision of the director and the vision of the screenwriter, who's the same person, Frédéric Ledoux, and actually it's his first feature, so I think it's a great success for him. He should be very happy with what he's done, because I've been presenting the film in Canada, in France, in Romania, and in every place people have fun and say after, it's quite true, we don't have to give up, it's just like, so it's nice, the purpose is there.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much.